The Pittsburgh Steelers aren't done yet making moves, as they signed 3 undrafted free agents to the roster, 2 at the wide receiver position, and 1 on defense at safety. And these players give the Pittsburgh Steelers some added playmakers and depth to the roster. But first, before I get more into who they are, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. Also like this video. Now, let's get right back into it. So, those playmakers, who are they? Well, the Pittsburgh Steelers added wide receiver Roc Taylor from Memphis. They've also added wide receiver Keyshawn Williams from Indiana. And they add to their defense, adding playmaker, nose cornerback, and safety Sebastian Castro from Iowa. So, let's get into who they are and what they're all about and their introduction to you. And let's start off with Roc Taylor, because Roc Taylor had some production at the college level. He is a player who stands at 6'2", 213 pounds with sub 4.5 speed, and he put a respectable 7.23 RAS score up, so he is athletic as well. Taylor's career college statistics aren't too bad, with back-to-back 65-plus catch seasons where he logged 1,083 yards and 950 yards, respectively, and 7 career touchdowns. On the field, however, the reason why he went undrafted is he's a little bit inconsistent, but there are flashes of quick footwork, sharp routes, and breakaway speed. However, he doesn't always pull away as urgently in terms of his routes as you would kind of like to see. He doesn't catch the best through contact either, but still was able to use his size for some highlight reel grabs this past season in 2024. Taylor has the build of an NFL boundary wide receiver, an outside wide receiver, and while he isn't the kind of fieriest of the blockers, he was able to use his size and advantage against defensive backs. Taylor is a name to keep an eye on in the Steelers wide receiver room. There are some players who left this offseason at wide receiver. Obviously, the Steelers add to it in DK Metcalf, but there is a spot on this team, and maybe Taylor gets the final spot. Who knows? So, the Pittsburgh Steelers add him to the team, and he's going to be competing with another undrafted free agent wide receiver, Keyshawn Williams from Indiana. So, Williams, he is a fun player to watch, but his draft stock was always limited as he was a 5'9" pass catcher without kind of a standout athletic trait. So he is the shorter wide receiver, and he only scored a 5.62 RAS score. So that means he isn't that great of an athlete. He also only has a 4.5 second 40-yard dash time and middling agility numbers. He doesn't have elite speed, and his catch radius is obviously limited because of his size. So that's the reason why he went undrafted. But his game against Michigan shows why you have to watch a player and not just the numbers, because Williams will never be given the opportunity to stand out and be the top guy just because of his stature alone. So you have to look at the film and see how good he is. And Williams is a good route runner, and at 188 pounds, he is built enough. He's largely used in a motion/slot role in the Indiana offense, and Williams showed the ability to get open quickly and make difficult catches over the middle of the field. So that's what you struggle with usually as a smaller wide receiver, and having them go over the middle of the field, even though they're mostly slot receivers. You don't want them to get hit because might get injured as a smaller guy or more fumbles and completions. But Williams does a good job over the middle of the field. So he is a shorter player, but he's built enough to take that contact. Williams is a tough football player, and he showed some elusiveness and open field vision in his occasional reps as a returner over his 5-year college career. So, Keyshawn Williams, let's see how he's utilized in Pittsburgh, and he's going to be fighting with Roc Taylor for a final spot on this roster. More unlikely, however, though, these guys will be practice squad guys as of right now, unless they show something in the preseason or camp that the Steelers coaches really like. Now, let's move over to the safety, the nose cornerback that the Pittsburgh Steelers signed, Iowa's Sebastian Castro, because Castro might have the best shot at making the Steelers roster of all these undrafted players they have signed. I made a video yesterday on the other undrafted players the Steelers signed, and these are 3 more of them in their introduction. So, out of all those players, he may have the best chance. Because earlier in the year, he was considered a fringe top 100 player, but dropped for some reason on teams' big board. However, he has a versatility, and that's the first thing that stands out about Castro's game. He played in the star role in Iowa's defense, linebacker and nickel hybrid, but he had some reps at slot cornerback as well, and safety as well. And he has some heavy snaps also in the box. So, he's versatile, and the Steelers love that, especially if he's an undrafted guy. You need to be versatile, be able to play anywhere on defense. And he's an aggressive and solid tackler with better play strength and block shedding than the average defensive back. And we all heard Mike Tomlin say he's looking for players to be physical and stop the run, and bigger guys, and he fits the bill. Sebastian Castro, in coverage as well, is also smooth and shows off his instincts. So he is best at zone coverage. In man coverage, however, he's physical and able to reroute receivers, but he doesn't have the high-end athleticism with only a 4.37 RAS score as a safety. So sometimes he does get beat. Running at 4.59 yards second yard dash time is not that good either, but he shows up against quick route runners on the film. So he's another player where you have to look at the film when looking at him play. So that might be the reason why he drafted. When you look at the straight numbers, it doesn't look the best, but he is a good player. And like I said, there is a chance he can make this team. The Steelers still need a slot cornerback. Yes, they have Beanie Bishop Jr., but they're still looking for that slot cornerback beside Beanie Bishop and someone who could do it all. So like I said, Castro has a really good shot of making this team. The only questions about Castro's game is maybe will the coverage hold up against NFL type receivers. But other than that, he should be good and at least a good special teamer. So I mentioned special teams right there. And for all these guys, not just Castro, but for all these guys, their best chance of making this team is right away getting on Danny Smith's good side. What does that mean? Well, doing it all on special teams. Whether it's being a gunner, whether it's just making tackles on special teams. Being able to be a trustworthy special teamer is how you earn your way onto this roster as an undrafted guy. Yes, those first round, second round, third round draft picks are going to make this team, regardless if they do special teams. But these undrafted guys, if you're able to do special teams, Danny Smith will find a way for you to make this team. You have to just be decent enough at defense or whatever offense, whatever side of the ball you're playing on. But if you do special teams, you'll find a way onto the field and onto this team. So that's the way to earn your spots. Like I said, most of these guys who did sign 7 undrafted players more than likely will be practice squad guys, but to earn your spot, special teams is the way. So anyway, this is your update on the Steelers undrafted free agents and your introduction to them. So once again, Roc Taylor, wide receiver from Memphis, and also Keyshawn Williams, wide receiver from Indiana, and safety and nickel cornerback, and do-it-all kind of guy, Sebastian Castro from Iowa. So, Iowa seems like a school the Pittsburgh Steelers are keeping their eye on. They drafted someone from Iowa, and the Pittsburgh Steelers already have some Memphis wide receiver in Calvin Austin, so adding a Memphis guy, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are adding to this team. They're making a difference and trying to do stuff differently and become more physical. And you can see it with how they're operating, whether it was through the draft, drafting these offensive, defensive lines or whatever, or drafting these big guys. That's their move. The Pittsburgh Steelers are bringing in guys who can play physical. So that's the whole identity of this team, but I'll make a video separately on that. So this is the end of the video, and these players' names are down in the description below, just in case if you want to go check them out, see their highlights, film, or whatever. And to be honest, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on these players, because not all these players are going to make this roster, but who down below do you think will make this team? Do you think any of these players covered in this video are going to make it, or do you think the players covered in my last video of the undrafted guys are going to make it? Leave me your thoughts in the comments below of who you're most excited for out of this list of undrafted free agents the Steelers added after the draft. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news, updates, highlights, analysis reports. Everything surrounding this team draft-wise, I cover it. Every new player introduction to you is on the channel. Go ahead and check it out, and I'll continue covering everything, whether it's more undrafted guys, free agents, releases, whatever it is, I'm covering it. So stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe for all rumors as well. And until the next video, I'll see you guys all later. I'm out. Peace.